Hello and welcome. This is Abhineet Kumar, Senior Sub-Editor of Elets Technomedia, and I'm reporting live from the Global Hydrogen Summit going on at the Grand Hyatt Kochi in Kerla. And joining me today on the sideline of the summit is Mr. Stefan Kliesch, Head of Energy, KfW Development Bank. So welcome, Stefan, and thank you for taking out your time.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
If I may ask you about your overall experience of this summit, in terms of choices of the speakers participating in this event, in terms of panel questions, and the overall implementation and execution of the summit.
Yeah, I think it's really a great experience here at this summit. I've heard it's also the first summit on green hydrogen in Kochi. There have been a couple of summits in the past regarding renewable energies, but I think we were discussing about many relevant topics for the green energy transition in Kerala and India in general, and so it has been very enriching so far.
And how do you see the role of the significance of financing projects in terms of fostering the renewable energy drives world over? Significance of financing model that the role bank has got to play.
Yeah, it's of course crucial when you look at the capital that is required to finance the green energy transition in India. You need huge amounts, and that's why the banking sector plays a crucial role. Of course, domestic banks like PFC, REC, non-banking financial institutions like PFC, REC, Eureda, but also banks like SBI, POB, so they are extremely important. Then, of course, the private sector investments, plus the international players. I saw one report of Bloomberg in the past, and they said between 2019 and 2021, development banks, the national development banks, provided 10% to the energy, investments regarding renewable energies in India. And all in all, around 50% between 2019 and 2021 came from international funding sources. So I think it's very crucial to have these kind of discussions here, and also to show to all the companies participating in this event which kind of financing options are there.
And high cost sometimes can be a deterrent to the ongoing energy drive world over. So what role KfW Development Bank is going to play, or is it play in terms of providing concessional rates or in terms of providing discounted loans to accelerate the journey, renewable energy drive of any nation?
Yeah. I think, of course, it has been already quite important, kind of also transformative in the past, because we provided concessional loans for the first large solar parks in the country, also hydropower plants in the past. So I think this was quite important. And now we're looking at some other topics, new topics like battery storage in some states in India. And there is no PSS, battery energy storage system yet, let's say at a large scale. So the development banks like KfW can provide funding for these kind of first projects in the States, and then in a couple of years the private sector or private banks can also take over.
And how do you see the role of India in terms of leading this energy transition worldwide? Its commitment to net zero by 2070 announced at Glasgow Summit, and a state like Kerla, which has committed itself to net zero by 2040. So how do you see the pace of India energy drive in comparison to the worldwide?
Yeah, I have the feeling there's a lot of progress at the moment. When we look at the numbers regarding solar power additions, India was able to install more than 25 gigawatt solar energy. And this was an increase of more than 200% compared to 2023. So there's huge development at the moment. And of course, India is highly important when it comes to meeting the global climate targets, because India is so big. It has such a huge population. The energy consumption will increase in the future as well in this country. And that's why it's crucial to increase the share of renewable energies at the moment. India's electricity mix shows that more than 75% are still coming from fossil fuels. That's why we have to kind of accelerate the expansion of solar energy, but also wind energy, of course, and storage is highly important for the next step of this energy transition. So all in all, India plays a very important role. I'm glad to see that also the political leaders are really pushing forward the clean energy transition in India. And hopefully in 2030, you will meet your national targets. And I also hope that the net zero target will be achieved even earlier than announced at national level. And hopefully also in Kerala, you will be in the position to achieve your targets even earlier. Also in combination with solar rooftop, I think there's a lot of potential here in Kerala in this regard. Yeah.
And last question, how do you see energy sector evolving in the next 10 years? Because now, first it was renewable, so a lot of focus was on solar. Now green hydrogen taking center stage. So how do you see the energy sector, particularly the sustainable energy sector, going to be evolving in the next 10?
Yeah. I mean, solar, wind, also hydropower will remain very important.
Yes, sir.
A lot of funding is required here, but I think also the transmission infrastructure will be crucial. It has to be also increased significantly because of more unstable energy sources, of course, with renewable energies. So this will be crucial. Then, of course, storage systems also to stabilize the grid, very important topic. I think green hydrogen will play an extremely important role as well, especially when it comes to the decarbonization hardware-based sectors. So there will be kind of a shift, but let's say there's a normal projects that have been financed also in the past years here and implemented. They will remain crucial as well. But I'm happy that the private sector is more and more taking over and these projects.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you for sharing your valuable insight. It was a delight to have this conversation. And thank you for sharing your incredible.